Hi, hello, and welcome to Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Gorgeous, also known as Ablossi Baba. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent by the temple to deliberate my findings for the Soul Purpose Saturday, which is when we talk about the deity, the day, DEI, energy of Saturn, soul purpose, mission, karma, destiny. Saturn has to deal with the consciousness level that's below all of the conscious levels, plural, that are below the highest aspect of your true soul purpose, mission, karma, destiny. It typically is the vehicle, the chariot one uses to arrive at spiritual liberation because it deals with divinity at its most atomic level. And I'm getting a little esoteric today, metaphysical, if you would. So, soul purpose, mission, karma, destiny is about finding your gift, finding your purpose here in this lifetime. Typically, when you use your gift to make the world a bigger, brighter, better place, you align with your dharmic path. Dharma is when you purify your karma. Karma, okay, it's just imprints on the subtle body that force or bear upon you, the circumstances upon you that illuminate, liberate you. You cannot arrive at karma unless you're in the same resonance, frequency, vibration in which you arrived at it. Okay. So, how do you find your gift? Typically, you would look at your talents. Your talents are latent abilities, God given talents, God being a higher source, typically loving, caring, generous, and kind. You have these divinities in you, talents. Look at your planets, there's 9 of them in there to unlock. Some of these talents are not latent, and some of these talents are actually a gift because you came through the womb with them, you manifested with them. So the ones that you're not learning so much as you remembering what they are, typically those are your gifts. And when you use them to help make the world a bigger, brighter, better place, you're on your dharmic path. Soul purpose is to use your gift to illuminate, enlighten. If you are working for the universal oneness vibration and unconditional love, doesn't mean you need to participate in toxic activities, but to love without condition, even if you can't hold space with that person. Again, space is the location in which your spirit resides. Soul, purpose, mission, karma, destiny. So something that is predestined means it is ordained, it's in resonance, it's in flow, it's in the synchronistic cycle, meaning it merges together, it grows together, it doesn't grow apart. There is a level of vibration which when you are at, you repel anything that would block you. It doesn't mean you don't deal with different or higher or more evolved conflict, challenges. A rich person is going to deal with a little bit different challenges than a lesser affluent person, a poor person. Okay. A business employer is going to deal with slightly different challenges than a business employee. Some people get up every day, they put on their pants, they make their toast, they drink their coffee, they get in their car, they go to work, they work X amount of hours, they take home X amount of money. Some people do the same thing, but they go to work and they make sure that their employees, X amount of people, take home X amount of money. It's much different to worry about how to pay your mortgage than it is to how to pay payroll for 40 different people. Okay. Soul, purpose, mission, karma, destiny. Do you get up every day? Do you go to play in your asset column? Do you go to play in your net work? Your network is your net worth. Your thoughts create your actions create your results reinforce your thinking. Your thinking becomes your destiny because it's your habits, your essence. Do your system, structures, foundation, meaning your faith, your hope, your belief, your optimism, your creativity, imagination, your spiritual currency, at its most atomic levels. These things exist in the physical. Emotions are physical elements. Why? Because frequency, vibration, equal energy. So if you have a specific energy you're putting out and you're in the flow of it, it matters. If it matters, it will materialize, become matter. Well, how do you know things matter? Because you feel some kind of way about it. You can think away and you can drop it and let it go. If you feel a way, you can't let it go immediately. Let's get into this here. We're using the Antichi Tarocchi Italiani. Now, the cards are already out. There was a sound problem, not technical difficulties, literally construction. And I'll go until I see Saturn here. We do have Saturn already, but I'll at least go one more round. We do have Saturn again. I'll at least go one more round. So I have the Gayatri mantra in my head. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Saviturvaneyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Riyo Yona Prachodayat. So that's a little bit more of a cadence that men do, and it's about okay, so I call it palming, which is not a magic trick. Palming is like, I don't like grounding exercises. They agitate me greatly because I don't like being grounded, but I find that palm and the hand on the skin is better than on the ground or in trees or whatever. Okay, maybe with a crystal too, a darker one. So I like anything that is similar to like a drum too. So palming for me is when you know, hand on your lap, kind of like, if that makes any sense. So I'm seeing that, and I'm seeing sway, and I'm seeing a group, mixed gender, mixed everything, all wearing white. So there are sattvic aspects that we might want to consider about practice. We'll talk about it in just a moment. So we have the Seven of Wands crowned by La Papa, the Hierophant. We have the Ten of Cups crowned by the Lovers, Gli Amanti. We have the Knight of Wands crowned by La Temperanza, the Temperance, and we have Il Giustizio crowning the Six of Cups. So this is about a soul reunion. Taking drives in the physical, taking moves in the physical, coming and going in the physical that have to deal with expansion, vitality, renewal. It would be according to drives, desires, passions, motivations. Okay, because what we're doing already is aha. Calling back, going back, seeing back, recognizing, looking back. Can be to the past. It can be reunions with people from the past. Now, I'm hearing reconciliation because this other party too, this is the position of others, people, place, or thing, others. It seems like they woke up to whatever, and there's a reunion. You drove forward, you were doing healing medicine. I don't see a breakdown. I see a deliberation. I see mercy, clemency, pity even. Helping people stay on solid ground, higher ground over the next week. Something's going to be transmuted, some kind of healing, some type of victory. What you're doing already is an aha moment. While you're here is healing. What's needed is reconciliation. The gift to give is movements, actions in the physical. Go back, compete, barter, be a little sassy, not weepy from the heart. not cutting and biting with your tongue, not practically with your pentacle, all slow and cautious. No, have life in you, drive, desires, passions, ambitions, motivations, heart's desires, soul's ambitions. In the collective, we have this place in the soul group. Ten of Cups, Lover's card, that's your place in the soul group. That's the soul group itself. With that Temperance card, it would mean the higher self, the oversoul. You were under an understanding for a while, underneath the level of consciousness that was higher and ascendant. Okay? It would have having to deal with other persons. It would have had to deal with another person, place, or thing from the soul group. There would have been toxicity in the beginning. In the future, there'll be cleansing, purification. Seven of Wands with the Seven of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles, but it's the Seven of Wands with this Knight of Wands, and we have that Six of Wands. So that's coming back in through a gate, 2 6s. Typically, it has to deal with people that know each other from a past lifetime, these 2 6s, since they're spirituals, the cups and the wands. But it's also, something here was purifying. There needed to be an internal struggle. It might have manifested minorly on the outside. Maybe they took, it would have been a brief amount of space here because it's not a 9. 2 9s would mean isolation, 3 9s extreme isolation. 4 9s the need to distract each other from each other. This is 2 6s. So until there was creativity, they weren't going to merge. Now there's a union here, but I'm not detecting a lot of love unless it's a twin flame thing. So it would be in the spiritual. The love is not touching down in the physical. There seems to would have need to have been some type of physical or monetary investment. It doesn't always need to be money, but it would be practical, actual work. Several different things that need to get done. They all are merging. They all are congruent. There would have been heavenly fire, heavenly protection here on some level, on the spiritual. It could have been a larger body institution. It could have been somebody on the outside looking in with dogmatic beliefs. It could have been somewhat practical. However, it would have been like harsh, standard. Okay, well, this is how things go every single time, no exceptions. This is how it should be every single time, no exceptions. There's no room for unique. There's no room for. So the aha moment is that you got to do you. Now, this person could have been a fanatic. If you're dealing with a person, now a place or a thing, you could be leaving an organization, probably work, probably the big business, probably something like lawyers. I'm hearing district attorneys, prosecutors. I'm hearing police officers, military, reserve military, staff sergeant and above. That is at E7, E6, E7, E8. Well, I don't know why you would put 7 years into something and not be commissioned. I mean, Army, that's kind of acceptable. These are things coming through. It's not my opinion. I mean, that's a question. That was a question. Over the next 7 days, something's going to be driven through, driven forward, transmuted, transformed, moved along, not moved along from, but progressed. It would have been karmic. It will still be karma, but it's being detoxed, faced, shadow, coming back to be faced. It would have to deal with somebody from the soul group, co-workers, family, cousins. It could have been that something's being addressed in intervention. Okay, well, there's mercy and clemency here. I'm hearing some toxic stuff here right now, like sex abuse, incest, which I have no judgment on, but if there's non-consenting, that's what I'm referring to. Now, it could also have been that there was some toxicity in the church. Again, some type of sexual whatever. I have no patience for priests sleeping with congregants. Don't even bring that problem to me. I won't ask permission to cut down a demon. I don't know how else to say it. There is spiritual protection here. both from on high and on low, meaning somebody calls spiritual protection, somebody calls judgment, and your spirits protect you. Now, these would be spirits that you work with, and these would be spirits that follow you, like ancestors, guides, ascended masters. So we have both here. We have the angel, the archangel, the chief angel. This is very spiritual, and the devil. Very, very spiritual. All cups and wands, one pentacle, that's a guidance card. The devil is a guidance card. So this is very, very spiritual. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Saviturvaneyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya Om Bhurva Swaha. So look that up. That's the Gayatri mantra. It's coming through. I'm not sure. Usually I chant that to fill myself with effulgent light. I'm a little bit of a somber personality, stringent personality. It's Saturnian. Saturn in the first house. My aura is restrictive. I'm very contained very well, some of my friends say. Yes, true. Sometimes you got to go in and be loose or whatever. So, for instance, if I'm going to go to an ecstatic dance or okay, so I'm oversharing here. The Gayatri mantra for me fills me up with effulgent light, makes me a little bit looser. Other people, it connects them into the frequency, resonance, vibration of devotion. So that's a version of love. And we have a 6 here that I could talk about the 6th house, but this 6 here it talks about nobility. Now 6s innately are noble. The Knights rule between 4 and 6. We have 2 6s here. Creativity, imagination, spiritual currency. Union, we have another 6 here, the Alpha 6. The Devil is also a 6, that's the Omega 6. We have say the Vesta here, that's 6 of Wands, that's literally a Vestal 6. Hearth flame. Now, it could mean the need for harmony in a relationship, the need for balance in a relationship, and it will be coming. Reunions will be coming. Victories will be coming. Triumph will be coming. It's going to require, though, some type of making an investment and waiting. On some aspects, standing ground. Now we have here a Sagittarius rising. I'm also hearing Pisces. There could be Aquarius or Scorpio. Okay, they don't want that. Okay, well, yes, madam. I'm hearing that mantra still. Saviturvaneyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya Bhurva Swaha Sat Saviturvaneyam. Okay, so I'll stop that, but I'm hearing it's coming through. Okay, if you see the light flickering on and off, it's really super cold here. At the moment, it's the space heater and the interesting electrics. Okay, so the 6 of Wands came back, and it came back as the capstone. 7 of Wands came back, it came back as the guidance card. Now we have 2 Knights. So that battle of wheels, battle of ideas, battle of spiritual philosophy, technology, ideas, it came back as heart exchange. And like I said, don't be weepy, be reconciliative. And understand it's not about the weeping. You can have tears, but there needs to be some type of fight in you, not this loopy imaginative thing. And this fight needs to be dharmic, needs to be righteous, needs to be pure, needs to be sattvic, needs to be truthful, needs to be pure, needs to be spiritual. Spirituale, spiritismo. Okay, I'm curious where this channel is coming from. It's not Mr. Aki here. Well, I don't work a lot with the legba, but temperance for me is the legba. Okay. That's just not the gate that I use. This is the Jupiter gate. All right, that is definitely the legba. Well, I do pray to the angel every morning. Okay. Okay, that mantra is significant for everybody. Gayatri mantra, G-Y-A-T-R-I, Gayatri. Sometimes it's spelled G-A-Y-A-R-T-R-I, Gayatri. It just depends. Now we have 7 cups and a Knight of Cups. That means driving forward, there's going to be wisdom from the time that was spent in surroundings and locations. Typically, it would have been from some type of creation. The creation would have been an emotional thing. There's some type of love from the past, from a more inexperienced time. That's an aha moment. Now somebody has some type of victory, triumph, and there is a little bit of a battle of wills or a call to arms. However, there's undercover being overwhelmed too. Somebody just wants to feel calm, clean, pure, not overloaded. You know, I have that problem sometimes. On my channel, I need to tune it in and tune it down. Sometimes we'll open up the gate, we'll open up the door, we'll open up the divination, and it's just like this live wire flowing across the ground. You need to grab it and plug it in somewhere. So the 6 is telling me like somebody needs cool, somebody needs calm, somebody needs to just chillax a little bit, not be overwhelmed and all that. For me, intuitively, especially with the cups, if I'm clear on my intention, if I'm clear on what I'm asking, what I'm seeking, I can control the flow of information. I'm getting laughed at right now. Let's put little bunny ears, little air quotes on that. But like I'm saying, like, yeah, okay, there's going to be a lot, but if you know the one thing that's right. Okay, for instance, and I got to give you this example because it's what's alive in me. So you go to the grocery market, right, and you're reading labels. Actually, you know what? After you've been reading labels for a month, you kind of master it. You scan the label for the 5 ingredients you will not have. You don't have to read every single thing out loud. You just can just spot check really quickly. Is there this? Is there that? Is there that? You can just go through, and then 3 seconds later, your subconscious mind will deliver findings like a search engine. I can go brrr, and then a second later it'll say yes or no, and then I can push. Okay, but like, okay, well, why? And then it'll come back. Okay, maltodextrin. Okay, carrageenan. You know, okay, pork gelatin. Okay, whey gluten. All right, well, we can't have that, right? Well, we can't do that, dude. The energy's too much. It doesn't resonate. It's not cool enough. Not cool as in fun, hip, and happening, but cool as in calm, pure, peaceful, happy. It could be lukewarm. It could even be a little bit like a heated pool. But what it can't be is volatile. What it can't be is non-sattvic, non-truthful, non-pure. So even if there's some clunkiness, because these 2 nights, a lot of action, a lot of energy, a lot of movement, it's not always pleasant. It could be a little bit chaotic. Okay. Creative expression. I'm feeling very creative the last few days, writing and healing. You know, a lot of us are light workers. We're waking up to our soul purpose, mission, karma, destiny here in this lifetime. And yeah, there's going to be a career change. School exists in all types of ways. It doesn't necessarily need to be in an institution. It could be a dance class. It could be a ski class. It could be you teaching a class. You could take an astrology class. That's not necessarily school. You don't have to go to university or college. You know, leadership is going to revolve around children. It's going to revolve around being a spiritual teacher. And it's all going to tie in and align with some type of creative expression. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. I'm sure it does. Pardon me. I'm having some mic challenges right now. I can't seem to keep it still, so sorry if you're noticing. I know it's a little bit much. We'll fix the sound issues. We're on ratchet reading protocol, y'all. Let's keep it moving. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. You cast this card because you are likely feeling stuck or blocked. The angels are guiding you to awaken your creativity by engaging in an art or craft without delay. This artistic endeavor does not need to be seen or heard by other people. It is not necessarily the end product of your life's purpose. It is the act of creative expression, not the form of it. That is what is important here. When you work with light, sound, color, or music, your mind travels to higher dimensions where you can subconsciously better hear your divine guidance. Creative expression is an outpouring of love and light that allows you to connect with God and the angels at a very high frequency. So while you are painting, playing music, while you are sewing, making jewelry, while you're arranging flowers, or whatever have you, you will receive wonderful ideas related to your life purpose. It is important to take action without delay or hesitation and not put off a decision about which form of artistic expression is to take. Perfectionism is part of the original block that you need to lift through creative avenues. So pick up a paintbrush and let your inner healing begin. You know, for me, okay, oversharing. I mean, y'all, I'm just gonna come out and say, I'm a shaman, mama's a curandera, and she likes mushrooms, okay? A little microdose here, there we go. You know what, dance, belly dancing especially. You know, for me, drumming, I do that on a regular basis. And singing, not necessarily what I've been doing now. I like to warm up my voice and do what's called toning, and then I do bhakti, which is a devotional, abhajan, a devotional prayer song. So mantras, learning and chanting mantras yourself, we could just do a few rounds. To unblock, there's a Ganesha mantra as well that you use. Om, Hreem, Shreem, Kleem, Glum, Ganganapataye, Nama, Om. 9 times. Make sure you do it 9 times, or 9 times of 9 is 108 times. It works very well. I have prayer beads, mala beads. Okay. Om Shukracharya Namaha, Om Shukracharya Namaha. Either one of those 2 mantras, that's the Venus Shukra mantra. That's really great for creativity. I mean, all types of things. It's not about what you're doing or showing it to the world. It's about removing a block. It's also helpful to know what your block is and then develop a practice around that. Like, I'm just very restrained. People think I don't care, things of that nature. It's never the case. But I'm hard to read, I'm hard to approach, I'm hard to access. I'm like a rock, immovable, unwavering. So when people see me smile, they're like, oh, wow, you're a different person. And no, you just see joy coming through me. I'm always feeling it on the inside. My 4th chakra is Pisces. The world is in me. So it's interesting because I found that dancing or singing or joking, like making jokes, yeah, believe it or not, I do a lot of stand-up comedy. Sit-down chair comedy too, drunken comedy, situational comedy. You know, things to break the energy, break the flow, because we live in a certain energy. What is your aura? What is your first house? What is your rising sign? Are there planets there? Okay, well, look at the mantras for those planets. Okay, if you don't know what's in your first house, look up your chart. If you don't have anything in your first house, what is the ruler of your rising sign? If you don't want to do that, what is the sign of your rising sign? Convert it to the Indian name, and then that Indian name of the sign is called a rishi or rashi. It'll have a mantra as well. So those are some ideas, because you want the energy to flow. Okay, it's not always pleasant or positive, but when it's flowing, it should give you creative ideas. I find a lot more gratitude and creativity in heartbreak and than I do in love. And when I'm disappointed, I find that I'm much more creative than when I'm happy and things are in flow, because it gives me something to work with. So oftentimes for me, I'm just sharing my own story. I don't know why. I feel like I feel as if this is relevant. Um, for me, it's about getting the energy flowing and moving. And oftentimes we're already flowing and we're already in movement, but it's familiar, it's comfortable. You know, growth does not exist in your comfort zone. And knowing the rules and then breaking them, or being a little bit eccentric or being a little bit rebellious, not chaotic, that'll help the juices flow for creativity. A lot of times we know what we like by what we don't like, but if we go around for things to make sense, you know, creativity, spirituality, it doesn't exist in the mind. It doesn't. Even if you're a writer, it doesn't exist in the mind. It comes from source. It's flow. It comes through you, not from you. And if you're in your mind, you are the blockage. There we go. I'm sharing a lot about my own stuff because I've learned, I've practiced, I've done a lot of work around that in the last year or so. So when your mind is overly active and it's driving the show, it's driving the chariot, that means it's your ego. It's an extension of your ego. Okay. So when you can step aside and let things flow through you and not from you, that's more positive. Okay. So it's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. If anything I said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and check the resources in the show notes. There is a flash sale going on. Soul Purpose 19 is the coupon code. It'll be there until the 9th of January. Please take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.